There's this very particular feeling of emptiness that I'll sometimes feel after a big presentation or show or concert. Maybe you felt a similar thing, where you spend so many weeks and months envisioning how this thing is supposed to go, and maybe it goes great and it's a very positive experience for you and everybody who attended, but in the days afterwards, you can't help but feel, well, it's not burnt out, but it's not burnt out. There's a profound emptiness to it. I don't think there's a good word for it. It's all of the negative feelings of a job well done. I recently felt some of these feelings after a concert I put on, and I wanted to share how I mitigate them because I think the feeling of emptiness after big projects is a fairly universal one. So tonight my band, Adam Neely's Jazzschool, we're playing at Le Poisson Rouge. We're playing first in a 3-bill situation with the New York Philharmonic and Aberdeen. We did a show here at LPR like 2 years ago, same bill. This time we're doing it without like all the tables, so we're a little worried about having like filling up this space. I think we're at like 350 pre-sale or something, which is pretty sick, honestly. Hopefully we can get a couple more walk-ins.
Sounds so good, like when you're thinking it sounds ridiculous.
Anyway, yeah, you spend like weeks, maybe even months preparing for this thing. You're going over all of the details, you're dealing with all of the logistics. The logistics of this is not easy. Oh my God. In my case, trying to figure out how you get 15 freelance musicians in the same room at the same time. You're putting out fires, like maybe 10 or 2 can't make the first rehearsal.
The last 4 bars of hello.
You're dealing with details like, is the chord on beat 4 of measure 46 in the second song an F sharp minor or an F sharp?
F sharp minor there?
Where's the F sharp minor? It's wrong, yeah. How should the woodwinds articulate measure 30? Let's run that pre-chorus again. It should be do-da-da. It should be da-da-da. Yeah, short do-da-da. Like you're hyper-focused on all of these details, and it's very stressful because you really want the thing to go well. 2, 3, 4. Every tiny bit of minutia that the audience might not be aware of, you're dealing with and you're really caring about. Well, that was it. Before the performance, you're feeling very excited, but also very stressed.
We're gonna be on time for Hey the World. Are we gonna be on time? Because it's 5:30 and you're supposed to sound check at 6?
I'm gonna say 6:15.
It's really drowned the Shakuhachi and reverb.
Yeah, like we're in a temple or something.
All right, the joys of sound check. All right, just so everybody knows, there's gonna be a brass chorale thing right before Castaways. There's this energy that's kind of hard to define, but I feel like you know it when you feel it. Where's Josh? Where's Josh? Other Josh, but it's stress excite. Scene George. Strexite. Stressited. I'm gonna be like right up front trying to conduct as much as possible.
Do you want me to tap it for you?
Only girl in the world, too good at this. 5 minutes? Thank you, 5. Yes.
I gotta make sure Dottie's on the list. I gotta make sure the projections are cool, and then I'll...
Sick.
Make sure Aton...
Yes, I gotta get Aton. Where is Aton?
What's up?
We're gonna do like house band stuff, so like play the chorus of the previous song of whoever just sang.
I'm only saying that because...
Chaos! And then the show happens.
Hey, Jazzschool! We're on!
And it's great. It's a positive experience. You give the speech, you give the presentation in front of your colleagues or your classmates, and everybody likes it. And yeah, you're happy. You got what you wanted. Congratulations. But for whatever reason, you're feeling like depressed, or you're feeling depleted, you're feeling like it could have gone better maybe, or you're feeling like a lack of direction, you're feeling just like not good. There's this withdrawal, you're feeling like things are contracting, you don't feel like your life has the same purpose really as it did just a few days ago.
so much. Woo! Guys.
The Greek tale of Sisyphus tells the story of a man who is condemned by the gods to carry a boulder up a hill for all of eternity. He starts every day by pushing this huge boulder up a hill, and just as he's about to get to the top of the hill at evening time, he feels the boulder slip from his fingers and the boulder comes crashing back down the mountain. Sisyphus then has to go down the mountain and start the whole thing again, every day carrying this boulder up the mountain. It's a pointless exercise, it's work without reward. Albert Camus wrote a whole book about it, about how it's like the human condition or whatever. But it works as a good analogy here because the feeling of emptiness, I think, really is reflected in Sisyphus going back down the mountain. The feeling is remembering what it was to be carrying a boulder and feeling the burden, feeling the struggle, feeling the heaviness, and looking back at that with some kind of reminiscence, with some kind of nostalgia almost. A few years ago, I made a video about this and related it to my feelings surrounding my senior recital and how I felt very depressed after graduating from college and didn't play bass for several months afterwards. To this day, I feel the same feelings of depression after a big project. They don't ever really go away.
Nothing matters.
Thank you, Justine. Thank you for consoling me.
It's true.
Nothing matters. Nothing matters, yo.
Nothing matters.
Nothing matters.
Nothing matters.
Nothing matters. We are just castaways.
We are castaways.
I'll have to check it out.
With no house and no car, we are castaways.
Here comes the boy.
In college, there's this discussion about longevity and how you can keep making music long into your career without burning out. And one of my professors suggested tempering the roller coaster of emotions that come with being a musician. One day you're experiencing euphoria and an adrenaline rush on stage, but then the next day the pendulum might shift too far to the left and then you're feeling feelings of despair and burnout and like you aren't worth it. Those feelings of despair, according to this way of thinking, come from how much you're letting the roller coaster influence your emotions. So the feelings of going very high mean that you're going to fall that much further. And to mitigate that, you just need to learn to not feel the feelings of euphoria quite as deeply. You need to detach yourself from your emotions. In other words, let go of your emotions, young Padawan.
Train yourself to let go.
That was the thinking anyway, but honestly, I'm pretty skeptical of this because the entire reason why I am still so passionate about what it is that I do is because I can feel those highs on a stage. I can feel that ecstatic experience with my friends and with an audience. I can be a conduit to these really intense emotions, and I will gladly do it. I don't want to detach from my emotions. I want to feel them, and I want to feel them honestly.
Like I'm the only girl in the world. Like I'm the only one that you for love. Like I'm the only one who knows your heart. Only girl in the world. Like I'm the only one who's in command. 'Cause I'm the only one who understands how to make you feel like a man.
So there's another way of thinking about this, and that is to not just accept an ascetic denial of your own emotions, but rather embrace the emptiness, embrace the contraction, embrace that feeling of withdrawal that comes from ending a project. Thinking of it as a cycle of growth and rebalancing, I found to be a very healthy way of thinking about it, because yes, what goes up must come down, but you can always just throw the ball up again. I'm kind of embarrassed to admit this, but the day after a concert ends, I will generally say to myself, that cheesy Aaron Sorkin line.
What's next? When I ask what's next, it means I'm ready to move on to other things. So,
What's next?
Yes, what's next? What's next? It's a good way of always looking towards the future, not in that Sigma grind set kind of way, but more to remind myself that nothing stays permanent, things change, and that's okay. And it's always nice to look towards the future instead of dwelling on the past.
Go on, run away with me. Oh, run away with me.
Yes, the feelings of emptiness and withdrawal suck. They really do. And I feel them all the time, and sometimes it's hard to reconcile with them.
Run away with me. Oh, run away with me.
But they aren't burnout. There's something to remind ourselves that what we did was worthwhile.
It was like the lights went black, and it's just